Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. Last part, we made our final preparations for our final trial and arrived here in Shroob Castle, which incidentally is the final area, and made it into the interior of said castle. In this, we find out if we are capable of saving the world in the past and present times, which we totally are, because Peach's castle is not Shroobified whatsoever in the present time, and EGAD and all the other characters that were alive during all this have no recollection of it ever happening, meaning that we totally changed history, and there was never any danger of this journey not succeeding from the moment that we found out that there was any sort of trouble whatsoever, because we still exist and we're able to travel back in time in order to stop it. But, that's just splitting hairs. It was one of those little fun plot inconsistencies to point out that I noticed even when I was playing this for the first time, so I don't really think it's too out there. I just didn't want to bring it up early on in the story for people that would enjoy things as they would be happening, and, you know, you don't exactly know how we do it, so that should be enough to keep you interested, or at least it better be. And as we go on, I actually want to go back and beat this guy. Basically, my strategy going forward is that your green shells are useless to you now. You have red shells, they are factually better in pretty much every way. They don't break, they just keep going, they are successive, all that good stuff. Whoa! Yeah, okay, I guess his tail is purple, so he's technically a Shroobified Thwomp, if you count that, but what I'm trying to say is that you can very easily beat Shroobies with green shells without even really having to be that good at the timing, especially if you get first strikes on them. So you run into Shroobies, you beat on them with some useless bros attack on the treasure badge's turn. I guess Pocket Chomps would have also worked in this situation. You get ultra drops from every single battle, you heal between every single battle so that you're always at full health, and you can, you know, survive nice and easy like that. They also have a chance of dropping max mushrooms, which you didn't see earlier. Those are also nice to stock up on for whatever boss encounters we might be having up ahead. So we can just keep expending our mushroom drops because we're getting ultra drops from basically every fight now. Shroobies, I think, can even attack alongside other enemies, so there's also that you're going to have a lot of opportunities to do it. If I may direct your attention to the top screen, we have these sperm lamps everywhere. Well, they look like them, okay? Alright, sorry. But we have these lights everywhere, there's blocks next to them, and you're gonna need to activate the ones that are facing each other at the same time. It's a lot like the puzzle that we had back in Gritzy Desert. What I recommend doing is, getting lots and lots of coins that we're not ever gonna have any use for, but hey, I can see if I can break my record at this minigame. I think I got 33 at one point, though, but still pretty good, I suppose. Going onward, what I was saying is that generally what you want to do is just clear out as many rooms of enemies as you can, which is exactly why I skipped past those other guys right there, but don't worry, I'll be backtracking those. That's kind of why I did that, because I wanted to keep saying what I was saying. Clear out as many enemies as you can, because you can actually help when you're splitting up from the baby so that you don't have to fight them with just 2 characters. And I gotta say, I guess this would be the opposite of what I said about Earthbound. They might sure not have gotten it right with the music, but damn did they get it right with the graphics. Again, the background art is phenomenal. It is super pretty. It does a good job of what it needs to do. I like how I burped right there. I guess I'm just kind of getting my Shroob on and getting into the festive atmosphere of this place, though. But I like how the courtyard grass is dead right here, so it does vaguely look like it. And I think it's a pretty clever idea for a final dungeon that we have the hub world as if it were a dungeon, populated with enemies, populated with puzzles. And it also does kind of test just how well you knew Peach's castle in the present time. I'm also a very big fan of how these 100 coin dispensers look like they have really doofy smiley faces on them, so there is that. We got a dire free badge back there. I think we've maybe already seen that, but I'll check anyway. Yes, we have. Use as many attack items as you like when you have less than a quarter of your HP left. So there's actually a third badge that has a similar effect to the ulti free badge. So for anybody who didn't think that they were wanting you to go in that direction, I think that kind of takes that even further. But again, it is factually worse. Okay, fine, so other bros attacks that you might not ever use in serious boss encounters like the Pocket Chomp do have their uses for the treasure badge. I should also notify you of that, because maybe it is good at taking out rooms of enemies, or maybe we're really not doing that much damage, or okay, maybe we are. 1 max mushroom and 2 ultra drops. Can't complain about that. That is a good use for your bros items that you might not be using otherwise. course, I still wanted to stock up on the ones that I do have a use for, just in case. I think I've already gone into all of these 100 coin dispensers. Aha, there was one with 3 Ultra Drops in it, as if there was any shortage of those up to this point. Got 2 more copy flowers, and I guess we can go onward a little bit. Basically, I'm just trying to avoid having the babies traverse this area alone, which we can do by having the bros go it alone. Okay, you there. Love bubbles are present in every single area after their initial introduction, except now, they're worse and called soul bubbles. I'd like to demonstrate what makes these guys so formidable by talking about the Shroob Rex. I'm gonna attack this guy first. They work just as you would expect Shroobs to in Super Mario World in that they get flatter and flatter each time. Soul bubbles are incredibly fast. They are downright ninjas in how they attack you. And actually, I hope I don't kill this guy. Okay, I'd like to show his attack. So he goes after you. Oh, he's gonna do a pound. Okay, we can do that. We'll attack the soul bubble. As before, they react to your attacks and counter by healing, but they heal more HP than the love bubbles, as you would expect. Whoop! Okay, avoided a little bit of damage right there. Gonna go ahead and heal, just because these enemies hit rather hard. We have plenty of these, and we're still having a net gain on them, so that's fine. You come over. Oh, there we go. Yes. So they'll run forward, they'll run back, and you gotta jump over them. It is harder to jump over and counterattack them the less that you have hit them. So generally you wanted to get a good hit on them if you're not able to kill them right away. This attack, if I remember, gets pretty ridiculously fast if you don't get them right away. There we go, good. So, soul bubbles, up to this point, they don't seem too bad, I guess. Not absolutely horrible, but wait until you see. Wait until you see. Look at that. Look at this. Yes! They are able to resurrect dead enemies. When you are my child self playing this, and you are horrible at everything, you can imagine how many battles drug on for an eternity with these guys rezzing every single enemy. And it is now that I would like to tell you about another story of how I was the worst Mario and Luigi player ever when I was younger. My philosophy when playing RPGs, up until I think I was 16 or 17 years old, I might add, right before I started making, not too long before I started making videos, maybe a couple years before that point, whenever I played RPGs, I never, ever, ever, ever used any kind of magic-consuming attack, that includes bros attacks in Mario and Luigi, unless it was a boss fight. I went through every battle using my regular jump and hammer, unless it was a boss fight. You can imagine how annoying the love bubbles and soul bubbles would be to somebody playing through a game like that. And it was kind of my own fault. I was just kind of always thinking like, well, I don't want to be out of MP or out of PP or out of bros attacks when I get to the boss. I don't want that. I'm just going to truck through these regular enemies and I guess have a grand old terrible time. Okay, we'll leave the babies there. I think we can do that. I'm gonna backtrack now, just kind of going back and hitting that lamp from earlier that we saw. Oh! Okay, this is interesting. I kind of wish I kept the babies with me for this battle because... Oh boy, how do I want to do this? Red shells will target just the grounded enemies, so let's do that. Personally, I would have called these guys the Shreks, but I think they would have run into legal problems if they went that route. That's just me, though. If we can kill these guys with the treasure badge, they have an awesome drop that they can give you. You want to fight as many of these guys as possible, just like with the Shrubas. Really? I messed it up that easily? I actually did decide to run from the battle and redo this one with the babies, because anytime you have a very large group of enemies like this, which, by the way, yes, if you do jump on an enemy to first strike it, you will end up squishing the Rexes a little bit to make them easier to hit. I was wanting to show that mixed flowers are your friends. In any battle with large groups of enemies, especially those that have soul bubbles, definitely abuse the fact that you have mixed flowers. Yes! 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 Look at those drops! They're glorious! They are glorious! I think we actually did get a literal drop in there, so it was pretty good. The 100-point pants are the ultimate armor for the babies. Yep. Better than the thrilling pants. When I said we probably weren't going to have those on Baby Mario for very long, I wasn't kidding. They're also factually better for Baby Luigi in every way but stash. Sorry, Baby Luigi, I might have to ask you to shave. You're kind of taking up too much room in the party with just your glorious lip hair. But, yeah. Take advantage of your mixed flowers. do all you can. I am going to go and take out all the enemies that are between these two lamps now. Baby Mario got a level up on the way back, so I'm very happy that I brought the babies along for the ride now. Defense it is! Everything here looks pretty great. Going for power. Baby Luigi, number not 1, because he got a 5. Since I haven't talked about it up to this point, okay, didn't quite do it right there, but I wanted to show that the tell is that the side of the head that the steam comes out of whenever they blow the steam, that shows you which bro that they're going to go for. On top of that, if they look mad for a second beforehand, they're going to fake you out by launching it above your head. Those are the tells for these guys, which I might actually get a chance to prove right now. That's Luigi. He didn't get mad. Oh, okay, no, he got mad, so he's, okay, there we go. Sweeping. I am really awful at dealing with snooze orbs, okay? They give you very little time to react, at least for me personally, and I get so annoyed with them. There's my stinking 100 HP that I don't feel like I really earned because I didn't get it from the roulette, but we'll roll with it. +2. Mario, you're just sucking all around. Yeah, how does it feel to be Luigi for a day? Yeah, okay, no, I'm just being really... I guess when it's Luigi, it's kind of normal, though, but when I'm saying it to Mario, I guess I'm just being mean. Okay, I'm sorry. +6 to HP, there we go. So I guess they really are reversing rolls for a day. Mario, your mama is bad. There you go. Yeah, that should hurt you, and never mind that they're brothers, so that's directed at Luigi as well. Can't win them all. We'll hit this block, we'll hit the other block. And a la Gritzy Desert, we have 9 seconds to hit the other one. Baby Luigi, you get to feel important. So with those two lasers crossing, now we gotta go find those other ones so that we can open up that crystal that we saw in the middle back when we were first starting out. I want to heal, well, I guess I got mushrooms. We're not going to use regular old mushrooms for anything else. I guess I can have a little bit more of a safety blanket for Mario that he can hug and suck his thumb while he's going to sleep. Really cute. Go up this way. We do still have the pummel badge. We still have the ability to burrow underground, so if we see a dangerous room such as this that we would not want to fight using just the babies, because it's a little challenging even just using the bros, we can burrow underground like scared little girls, or scared little boys in our cases, I guess, and do that. The way's already been cleared to the other one, minus these two guys, which I didn't have any trouble avoiding before, which I don't have any trouble avoiding now. And it's also close to a call block, no less, so we can just go straight down. Somewhere, there we go. And let's let the baby start this one off. Baby Mario, baby Luigi. And if we're reversing rolls, Luigi can be the one to open the way forward completely. Take that, save block. I'd like to see you spin this in a way that only Mario did it yet again. And that's that. We've opened up that block that should help us out in some way in the future. I should probably call the babies back before I accidentally get into a fight with 11 and 17 HP. That would have actually been really bad. And if you haven't been watching the skies, there have been many elephants in many rooms. There's these elevated walkways. Sometimes they have enemies on them, sometimes they have blocks on them. It's pretty clear that it's a little area that the babies are supposed to go to on their own, but no matter what you do, you can't find a way up there. Don't worry about this for now. It is not accessible to you quite yet. It will be at a later time, but don't sweat it for the time being. Now we're just gonna go on ahead. And this is a ledge that we most definitely can reach by launching the babies up there, thus opening the way forward to the next warp pipe. But I'm not gonna go that way quite yet. I'm gonna go fight those other few enemies to see what I can get in the way of item drops, because I would like to get another pair of 100-point pants just to see if I can get them. Very fittingly, Soul Bubbles will drop 1-up mushrooms. 2 mixed flowers, 2 1-up mushrooms. This treasure badge is paying for itself in dividends. Oh my gosh. And there weren't even that many people that told me about this. I think maybe 2 people that I saw informed me that the treasure badge is a horrible item description and is better than you think it is. Very glad I found out about that. Very glad that I had the idea to make that my strategy for this final area with the kinds of items that you can get from it. Also, we never had a reason to explore the corridor over to the left of the main hall, so that's what's in there. If you're curious about these 2 lamps up... Ouch. These 2 lamps up, ouch. I'm pretty sure there's a medical term for that that's more eloquent. You can't do anything about these quite yet, so don't worry about them right now. You can see on the map that there is yet another one of those crystals. So we're gonna have to deal with that later. That was a good red shell! Oh, that felt good to finally do that. Man, I beat so many enemies. I didn't get a single pair of 100-point pants. All I got were this many ultra drops, and this many 1-ups, and this many 1-up supers, and now a total of 33 mixed flowers. Literally unplayable, am I right? Well, if we must keep going and pressing on despite that horrific loss compared to how we could have done, and so much more that it could have been, we can ignore this pipe, and we can bring ourselves to see that there is yet another room up this way. Can't go yonder, so I guess we'll just have to save that for later and go into the pipe, again if we must. That brings us a lot deeper. We're now up onto the 2nd floor of Princess Peach's castle. Or, I guess technically Shroob Castle is called here. And hey, look at that! The Cyclops! Let's gouge his eye out and take it for our own. And give it to Fawful because he thinks it smells nice. These are, a lot of the bean spots in Peach's castle are consistent with Shroob Castle, so you can use that to your advantage. Again, it is testing you how well you actually know the hub world. And kind of turning that into a dungeon, which is, again, an idea that I quite like. But I think that's enough. We made it all the way through the 1st floor, did a lot of exploring, got... I guess an okay amount of good items, I guess, but all right. Next time on Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, we take the fight deeper into Shroob Castle. See you guys then.